Hey gay men, welcome back. I'm Alexander Sterling. Today, we're talking about 5 things your inner child still needs from you. If you grew up gay, you probably learned to hide parts of yourself just to get by. But those parts didn't disappear, and healing means going back for them. Let's get into it. Starting with number 1, your inner child needs safety, not perfection. Growing up gay often meant learning to perform, to anticipate what others expected of you, to adjust, to monitor, to stay small or invisible. Maybe you were praised for being quiet, agreeable, high-achieving, anything that didn't call too much attention to what made you different. And if you ever slipped up, acted too feminine, or showed too much emotion, you might have felt punished, mocked, or rejected. So, over time, you may have come to believe that you had to earn love by being perfect. That any part of you that felt too needy, too dramatic, too messy had to be buried. But your inner child isn't looking for perfection. He doesn't need you to have it all figured out. He's just asking for safety. Safety to be seen. Safety to be confused. Safety to feel everything he wasn't allowed to feel before. That safety starts with how you talk to yourself now. When you mess up, do you shame yourself the way others once did? Or can you be the adult he needed? The one who says, "It's okay, I've got you, we're still worthy of love." Number 2, he needs your presence, not your productivity. Many gay men become masters at performing. The best student, the overachiever, the most put together friend in the group chat. Because somewhere deep down, we're trying to prove our worth, trying to convince the world and ourselves that we deserve love, respect, and inclusion. But your inner child doesn't care about how busy you are. He's not impressed by your career, your wardrobe, or your Instagram. He just wants to know, are you here with me? Are you paying attention? Sometimes we get so caught up chasing validation that we forget to slow down and actually care for ourselves. But presence means sitting with your feelings, not numbing them, not shoving them aside for later. Just being with whatever's showing up. Sadness, joy, loneliness, hope. Your inner child isn't asking for solutions. He's asking for a companion, someone who won't leave when things get hard. Number 3, he needs help grieving what he never got. There are wounds that gay men carry that are hard to name. It's not just the bullying or rejection, it's the absence of what should have been there. Maybe no one ever told you it was okay to be exactly who you were. Maybe you never got to have a crush at 14 and feel safe talking about it. Maybe you never saw yourself reflected in your family, your culture, or your church, and that made you feel invisible. That's real grief, and your inner child still feels it. He needs you to help him process that pain, not by spiraling into blame or bitterness, but by honoring the truth of it, saying to yourself, "What I went through mattered. I wasn't being too sensitive. I just needed love, and I didn't get it in the way I deserved." Healing doesn't mean pretending it didn't hurt. It means finally giving yourself permission to feel the hurt and to release it, little by little. Number 4, he needs you to stop abandoning him. Every time you silence your needs to keep someone else comfortable, every time you stay in a relationship where you're not respected, or you pretend to be okay when you're really not, you're reenacting the old story. The story where your feelings were too much. The story where love had to be earned. The story where you learned to put others first because that's how you stayed safe. Your inner child is begging you to break that cycle. He's asking you to show up for yourself in the way no one else did. That might look like saying no when you're used to saying yes. Letting yourself rest instead of pushing through. Speaking your truth even when your voice shakes. Choosing people who love you for who you are, not what you do for them. This is how you reparent him. Not with big, dramatic gestures, but in those everyday moments when you choose yourself, when you choose truth over performance. Number 5, he needs you to love what makes him different. As kids, a lot of us sensed early on that we were different, and not in a way the world celebrated. Maybe we were told we were too much, too emotional, too sensitive, too dramatic, too soft, too feminine. So we tried to hide, to fit in, to be one of the boys, to mask the very things that made us us. But that uniqueness, that sparkle, that sensitivity and creativity and boldness, that's where your magic lives. Your inner child wants you to stop treating those parts like liabilities. He wants you to celebrate them, to finally look at yourself and say, you were never broken. You were just brilliant in a world that didn't know how to receive you. This doesn't mean ignoring the pain. It means integrating it, taking back the parts of yourself that got exiled and saying, you belong here. You're safe with me now. If you let it, this kind of inner child work can be life-changing. It's not always comfortable, but it's where real healing begins. When you start to see yourself not as something to fix, but as someone to love. Thanks for watching. If you're a gay man and these conversations speak to you, go ahead and hit subscribe. I post new videos every week about the things we go through: love, identity, healing, and everything in between. I'd love to have you be a part of this community. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.